Before we get started, you have my sincerest apologies for getting sidelined and taking so long to get back on track. I have a life that is kind of erupted, and on top of that, I had the complications with my phone and not being able to record, but I am back on track with that. I can record again and save files and all of that. So we're back on track, and I will be catching up the channel steadily over the next couple of days if I can't do it all today and perhaps tomorrow. So stay with me if you can, if you're willing, and if you're not, totally understand. But we're back on track, and on we go. All right, so if you want to watch and catch up the past days, my recommendation is to just listen to 2 days at a time until everything, all the readings are caught up. And if you don't have that time, then, maybe for this one, just read, listen until you catch up and read along once you do. This channel is intended for people to read along with me. However, in this instance, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, and perhaps in every instance, you have to do what you have to do, right? So, but my encouragement is read, because it does make a complete difference. It's completely different than listening to someone, and you do not get the same thing. You do not get the same benefit of the Word of God without reading it for yourself. And it's understandable if you have a disability. God makes up for that. You have gifts, your other senses are stronger, and so it's different. But if you are fully able-bodied, able to read the text and interact with it in that way, do so. Okay, and the same if you those of you who read Braille, I'm sure you know. You can interact with the text in a special way. So just stick with me the best you can. And if I've lost you, I'm so sorry. But we are back on track. I will be catching up very steadily, very aggressively, with whatever time allows. It does take time to make these videos, and recordings, but I'll be doing this as quickly as I can, and it's important to me to produce quality content, so I want to make sure that it's not sloppy. So sometimes I have to redo a recording, so if that happens, it'll just take longer, and that's the only reason why everything won't be up any sooner. I'm going to try not to rush to the point where I'm making a lot of mistakes, and I think mistakes can be distracting, so I try to not have mistakes on the recordings on the final draft. So if I do, I might let like one or two out, but that's just really important to me to just have it a little as clean as possible, reasonably clean as possible. I do allow mistakes, as you know, but it's just important to me not to have too many, and that I think it would be distracting. Especially if you repeat. I don't want that mistake to be sitting there the whole time. I want you to be focused on the text and not on the error. And so anyway, here we go. I just wanted to give this little something to you guys, because I'm sorry for those few of you who may be able to get off track easily. And hopefully this will be, a chance for you to see that if you read on your own a different Bible reading plan in the future, this is how you do it. If you get off track, if something happens in life, you just plan it out and set aside some time and catch back up. It's only a benefit to do a multiple day reading. It's only going to help you. I did this in the past. I was in a very strong spiritual warfare battle, and if that doesn't make sense to you, maybe one day it will. If you don't know anything about that, or you don't believe in that at this time, I believe you probably will at some point, based on the time that we're living in. And so if you do, trust me, reading the Word of God, just interacting with the text itself, can make a huge difference for your spirit. It can really strengthen you and make you stronger and more effective when you pray. It'll make you more effective when you pray. It'll make you more resistant to spiritual attacks coming at you. So I just want to encourage you that if anything like that happens, it is going to be the hardest thing you've ever done to set aside time to do it. And so just know that ahead of time. But once you do set aside the time to read the Word of God, to sit with it, commune with Him, it is His Word. His Word is Him. Remember that Jesus is the Word of God. So when you sit and you commune with Jesus in that way, you let Him minister to your heart, minister straight to your spirit, man, it will strengthen you. It will absolutely strengthen you. You can't sit with Jesus and not come away different, better, stronger, somehow enhanced and improved. It's going to happen. So if you get a spiritual attack, just remember one of your strongest warfare tools is going to be sitting with the Word of God, reading it, taking it in, and allowing it to strengthen your spirit, man. All right, that's all I have to say for now. I'm actually saying more than I plan to. So let's get to the reading. The next day that we have not done yet, unless you did it already, because I did post in the community tab. That would be day 3, not day 3, day 63, which is March the 3rd. All right, let's read.